Hello, Camphor family. My name is Amber Jones, and I am a member here at Camphor Memorial United Methodist Church. And I have the privilege to bring to you our last principle of Kwanzaa. You know, when I think about Kwanzaa, I think about how in these past few years, my mother comes from Chicago and she visits with me over the holidays, and how we always try to find a Kwanzaa celebration locally so that we can be with our community. We can watch the children, hear stories read to them by storytellers, and eat good food and really celebrate in our community. And we're not able to do that. So it's been so great that Camphor has been doing these videos throughout the season so that we can still be reminded of these really important principles in our community, in the African American community. So let's kick it off. Our last principle for today. So Habari, Gani, Imani. Habari, Gani. Our principle for today is Imani, which means faith. So let me share with you some words around the principle Imani. On the last day of Kwanzaa, when we light the final candle, we celebrate Imani, or faith. That means honoring our best traditions as a family and community. We look within and above to strive for a higher level of spirituality and a better life for ourselves and those around us. Imani reaffirms our self-worth and the confidence that we can triumph over struggle. So in this video, I just want to lift up a few points around Imani, which means faith, as we go into the new year. So we're in 2021 now, and I know so many of us are so grateful to say goodbye to 2020. And though that is a good spiritual release for us, I really want us to think about how this time has impacted our faith, how it has challenged our faith, how it has strengthened our faith, not just in God, but also in our community and also in ourselves. So first, about our spirituality. As a church community, we have navigated social distancing, virtual services, Bible studies, all of these different ways to continue our devotion. And I know personally, in my own spirituality, in my own relationship with God, in my own faith, I have been challenged in so many new ways, and I have seen faith on a completely different level. And what I have come to understand very intimately is Luke chapter 1, verse 37, very simple scripture, in which it says, without faith, it is impossible to see God. Without faith in God, it is impossible to see him. Faith is really that opening, that opportunity for God to show himself exactly how he wants to show himself to us. If we don't give him the keys through faith, if we don't give him permission through faith, through trusting in the things that we don't know will come to pass later on in the day, the week, the month, the year, we are really not able to see his full power and his full might. And so I really challenge you to think about the ways in which, how have you given God the keys through trusting in him, through believing in him, to show you just how much of a God he is. There's so many things to lament about in this year. And there's still also so many things to rejoice in God in this year. And it doesn't make sense to us as people, but it makes sense to God. And so what are the ways in which we can open up opportunities for him to show himself fully? Have you done that in this year? And how will you do it in 2021? Another element of Imani talks about faith in our community. I don't know about you, but in a year that really, really challenged us as a people, as community, as a world, it has been the faith in the community around us that has gotten us through so many trials and tribulations. I remember when this pandemic first began, and just the straight mobilization of people in the community to say, hey, We're going to raise money so people won't go hungry, so people won't lose their homes, so people can still be able to live a life that is not going to put them out on the streets or have them suffer. To see our healthcare workers and our essential workers put their lives on the line daily. And when our community was rocked with racial unrest, to see people go from protecting their blocks at night, no sleep, to the next day setting up distribution centers so people can still get food and diapers and essential things in their community when stores were boarded up. That is having faith in our community. And if there's anything that I've learned this year is that no tragedy, no devastation can rock our community, especially the church. The church stands strong in tragedy and in adversity, because we show the love of God and the power of God regardless of the situations. And finally, what about that faith in yourself? You know, this year I really realized that I didn't know how much strength I had within myself, right? Have you realized how much strength you have within yourself this year? And if you haven't taken stock of that, how will you take stock of how strong you are and how much faith you can have within yourself to withstand struggle and withstand adversity in this year and in the years to come? So, Camphor family, I just want to thank you for tuning in to these past 7 days, 7 minutes of Kwanzaa. I wish you a happy new year. And I will be so elated for the day in which we can all convene once again in our glorious sanctuary. Love you all.